The alien vampire woman suddenly grabbed me. My teeth want you. Beginning. The year was 2349, and humanity had spread across half the Orion Arm. Colonies blossomed on barren worlds, orbital stations glittered like jeweled necklaces around gas giants, and Earth, though scarred and overpopulated, remained the cultural heart of the species. I was stationed on Cryon 7, a frontier research outpost orbiting a crimson dwarf star. The assignment was simple on paper: catalog strange flora and fauna from the planet below, Erythrea, and determine whether it could be terraformed. In reality, the planet was a nightmare. Its air was heavy with iron, the skies blood red, and its ecosystem dominated by predatory organisms that seemed engineered to drink the fluids of everything weaker than themselves. The locals, the ones we had only glimpsed, were worse. Reports whispered of tall, pale figures with burning eyes, moving at impossible speed, leaving behind husks of drained animals and, on rare occasions, colonists. The command dismissed them as hallucinations born from the planet's toxic spores. But I had seen one with my own eyes. Her. It was during a survey mission in the Twilight Marshes. My exosuit scanner had gone wild, detecting a humanoid life form. I turned, and there she stood, half shrouded in mist. Skin luminous white, eyes glowing faintly violet, fangs glistening. Not human. Not animal. Something between. Before I could raise my weapon, she vanished into the fog with a speed that mocked physics. For weeks, I dreamed about her. Not just her terrifying beauty, but the way she looked at me. Not like prey, but like recognition. Then, one night aboard the station, as I studied blood samples collected from local fauna, the lights flickered. The temperature dropped. A whisper slithered across my ears. And she was behind me. "The air tastes of you," she said, voice like velvet stretched over a blade. "And my teeth want you." Before I could react, she grabbed me. Her strength was inhuman. Cold fingers wrapped around my wrists, pinning me to the console. Her face was inches from mine, eyes burning with hunger and something else, curiosity. That was the night everything changed. Middle. Her name, I would later learn, was Seraphine Devora, daughter of the ancient Noctari, an alien race that once ruled Erythrea before retreating into the shadows. She was not supposed to exist. According to the archives, the Noctari had gone extinct centuries ago, wiped out in wars with rival species. But here she was, alive. And she was feeding on me. The bite was unlike anything I'd imagined. Pain, yes, sharp and blinding, but also a flood of warmth, euphoria, as if she were drinking not just blood but memory, essence, will. My knees buckled, my vision blurred, and when she finally pulled away, her lips painted crimson, I expected death. Instead, she whispered, "You are different. Your blood sings." 4 weeks after, Seraphine returned. Always unannounced, always impossibly silent. She would feed but sparingly, almost reverently, as though afraid of breaking me. And then she would ask questions. About humanity. About our spread through the stars. About love, loyalty, and loss. In return, she told me fragments of her story. How the Noctari were not monsters, but guardians once, evolving on a world that demanded predators with elegance. How they fed not only to survive but to connect, exchanging pieces of soul in every act. How her people had fallen when they became addicted to domination, draining without balance, until the other races hunted them to near extinction. "I am the last of my bloodline," she confessed one night as she perched upon the viewport, the red star casting her pale form in eerie glow. "For 25 generations, I wandered in silence. Until you. Your scent reached me across the marshes, like a chord struck on a forgotten instrument. I should have reported her. Protocol demanded it. A living Noctari could change everything, medicine, warfare, biology. But I didn't. I couldn't." There was something in her presence that made me feel more alive than all the sterile routines of the station combined. And then came the incident. Colonist patrols began vanishing. Their drained bodies turned up days later, husks in the marshlands. The outpost commander, paranoid, suspected me because I was the one always returning with incomplete logs, always distracted. Surveillance caught nothing, but the tension mounted. Finally, they decided, a purge. The colony would rain fire on Erythria's marshes, burning every inch until nothing stirred. I warned Seraphine. She didn't rage or curse. She only looked at me with sadness deeper than time. They will never let me exist, she said. To them, I am myth made flesh. To love me is to betray your own. But I couldn't let her die. So I made a choice. When the cleansing ships descended, I sabotaged the targeting relays. Explosives planted in the comms hub bought us hours, enough for me to steal a transport shuttle. Seraphine and I fled into the marshes, pursued by drones and soldiers. She led me through labyrinths of crimson reeds, across lakes that pulsed with bioluminescent veins, into caverns carved by her ancestors. It was there, in the heart of the ruins, that I saw the truth, an entire vault of Noctari technology, hidden for centuries. Coffins of black glass, some shattered, some humming faintly with life support systems. Seraphine was not the last. They sleep, she whispered, waiting for a world that will never come. Her people. Her legacy. And now, because of me, because of the humans who feared her kind, those sleepers were in danger. Ending. The final confrontation came in the caverns. Soldiers stormed in, rifles blazing, floodlights cutting through the darkness. I stood between them and Seraphine, weapon in hand, torn between loyalty to my species and the strange bond one had forged with her. Step aside, Lieutenant, the commander barked. That thing is a predator. It's killed our people. It dies tonight. Seraphine's eyes met mine. She didn't plead. She only waited. And in that heartbeat, I understood. She had the power to kill them all, yet she hadn't. She had fed only to survive, never once draining me beyond what I could recover from. She had chosen restraint, in defiance of her instincts. Could humanity say the same? I raised my rifle. But instead of aiming at her, I turned it on my own commander. The firefight that followed was chaos. Flash grenades, screams, the shattering of ancient relics. Seraphine moved like a phantom, disarming soldiers without killing when she could, but striking with lethal grace when cornered. And I fought beside her, not as predator and prey, but as allies. When it was over, the cavern lay in ruins. Most of the soldiers were dead or fled. The surviving stasis pods of the Noctari flickered uncertainly, their slumbering occupants disturbed but alive. The commander lay bleeding, staring at me with disbelief. You betrayed us for her? I didn't answer. I couldn't. The truth was too complicated for words. We fled deeper into the planet, beyond the reach of scanners, into the forgotten sanctuaries of her people. There, among the relics of the Noctari, Seraphine made me an offer. You cannot return, she said softly. They will hunt you as they hunted me. But you need not fade. My bite does more than take, it can give. To share eternity, to walk between stars as predator and protector. My teeth want you, but my heart asks, do you want me? I thought of Earth, of duty, of humanity's endless hunger to conquer and consume. And I thought of her, an alien vampire woman who, against all odds, had chosen connection over carnage. I stepped forward. Her fangs sank into my neck, not as an act of violence, but of union. Fire surged through my veins, rewriting what I was. The world sharpened, senses expanding into colors and sounds I had never known. When it was done, I was no longer just human. I was something new. Together, Seraphine and I vanished into the shadows of Erythria, protectors of the last Noctari, fugitives from humanity, bound by blood and choice. Perhaps one day, the stars would remember us not as monsters, but as a warning that hunger and love are not so different, and that even across species, across worlds, something deeper can bind. Until then, we walked in twilight. And every time her hand brushed mine, every time her violet eyes met mine in the dark, I felt her words echo in my blood. My teeth want you. My soul keeps you.